Hello, my name is Daniel Palau, and today I wanted to share with you something that I learned about Rene Descartes. He lived in 1596 through 1650. He was a French mathematician and as well as a philosopher. He is the person who came up with the phrase "I think, therefore I am." Um, but I'm gonna go into the first meditation that which I've learned about, and I like the way Crash Course put it and relates it to him, in the sense that he says that he was like in the movies, The Matrix, and he's the first Neo. Let me go a little bit deeper on that. Um, what they were actually, or the meaning of that, is that when he was meditating, he came into a very, very deep thought. And he said that, when I was a child, I was lied to. And so when you're lied to as a child and when you're growing up, well, you begin to reason that, it was in fact a lie. So, an example of that would be such as the tooth fairy. You know, a lot of us have heard about the tooth fairy. They pull up the teeth and put it under the pillow, and they'll give you a coin or a dollar, whatever the case may be, and then you figure out that it's your parents actually doing that. So, he as he pondered about that, well, he not just thought that some of those things were a lie, but he began to challenge everything that he knew. And he says, well, I'm just gonna have to challenge and reject everything that I was taught. So when he rejected everything that he was taught, you basically are you have a clean slate to start over. But he just didn't go with the beliefs. He also said that he wanted to reject his senses. Now, the reason he wanted to reject his senses is because sometimes they fail you. And the reason they fail you is because it's let me give you an example of that. As when you go to a desert and you see in the far distance that there's water, possibly a lake or a river. So when you are off in the distance and you're walking to it, you're just chugging along, walking and walking, you see the water, you're thirsty, and when you get there and you see that there's nothing but more desert, you begin to reason that what you saw was not actually water, but it was a mirage. So when he started thinking that his senses can also betray him, so you have to set that to the side. You cannot reason with your senses. You cannot reason with what you were taught. Now, he reasoned this, and I like this about him because he was a mathematician. And if you're a mathematician, sometimes you want proofs, undeniable proof of what you believe in and what you are reasoning with. So he went another step. The other step was about dreaming. So the dreams that one has is that sometimes when you go to sleep, you think that the dream is so real that how can you distinguish when you're awake? So and that's a question that everybody has to answer. So how do you tell when you are awake? And then he says, are you capable of distinguishing both reality from a dream? Because sometimes when you dream and you think it's so real what's happening that you take it as fact. So you have to distinguish between reality and what is a dream. Well, that is the first meditation of Rene Descartes. This is something that I learned. I hope you enjoy as much as I have enjoyed about Rene Descartes. I hope I inspired you to continue to read, and also not just read about him but other people in history. I am truly blessed to see what these people have done for us. So this is Daniel Palau, and hopefully you are inspired. Thank you, and see you later.